Well, family members of those who made the ultimate sacrifice were in for an extra special experience at the Georgia Aquarium tonight. The Travis Manion Foundation and the aquarium are hosting more than 150 family members of fallen military members, and they had the opportunity to swim with the whale sharks and also have up-close encounters with beluga whales, dolphins, otters, and penguins. But their time together is what they tell us is most important.
It's very important for families like ours to know that there are others who understand our pain, who understand what we've been through, who understand what it means to be a survivor family.
And the foundation also organizes other events for military families throughout the year.